I'm just going to share my early morning dreams. Whenever I have any prophetic dreams or visions, they tend to be early morning. I can't say for sure that this is prophetic, but it seemed like it. Well, both of them did. I've had rapture dreams in the past. But the first dream wasn't about the rapture. The second one was. The first one was about the war that seems to be developing between the US and Iran. They are the main players at the moment. The US deployed 1,000 troops yesterday to the Middle East. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and Iran doesn't like it. Also, Iran is very upset about last year's sanctions. So the tension is increasing. I wasn't mulling over this fact terribly much before I went to sleep, but I had this dream this morning. The first dream. In it, I saw the US from the air, from outer space. I saw the map of the US, but it wasn't just a map. It was actual real life from space. And I saw 5 or 6 areas on the map that were targeted, major cities. One of them was Chicago, one of them was New York, one of them was Minneapolis. Even though that's not a major city, politically speaking, these things were spread out across the country. And I saw missiles coming towards those areas, and they were, in the dream, very accurate missiles. And I don't know one missile from another, really, except that these were very, very accurate ones, which I know Iran has. They didn't come from Iran. They came from the south, very, very south, like Mexico, or even, I don't think it was Mexico, I think it was even further south than that. Now, of course, we know that we've got Trump trying to build the wall to keep out illegals, but the damage has already been done. According to this dream, the damage had already been done, that there were nuclear bombs or some kind of bombs in place in these targeted cities. There were 5 or 6 of them. Already there is something in place on the ground in these cities. It's been there for a while. They have been there for a year or so. And these missiles come and they interact with whatever is on the ground. And that creates maybe a nuclear situation, fallout, something devastating. So these things are placed equidistant across the country so that the whole of the country will be affected negatively. Who knows? It could be an EMP, electromagnetic pulse attack. I don't know. I just saw that something came up from the south. These 5 or 6 missiles came up from the south. They were very direct, accurately placed, directed, and they landed, and there were explosions. Or they were about to land and there would be explosions. So in the dream, I saw what was going to come, but they hadn't actually landed yet, but I knew that they would explode something. So the importance was not so much that they were the main cities of the US. They were equidistantly placed so that the whole of the country would be affected. I woke up with the very sobering thought and realization that the US cannot win against Iran because the Iranians are very, very smart. They're very, very subtle, if that's the word. No, they're very, very sly and sneaky. They have got things in place. They've been infiltrating the world for decades, the Muslims and the Iranians. And so there is stuff that's in place. And it's about to happen. The US is not mentioned in Bible prophecy, certainly not after the rapture. There's no mention of the US, so it doesn't exist as a predominating power at the very end. So that was the first dream. And there's a lot of other things that I could go on about with that in light of actual happenings, real life happenings, but I won't enlarge upon that too much. The second dream, I woke up between the dreams, and then I went back to sleep, and I didn't know if the dreams were related, but they are, in that they are both for this time. The second dream is about the rapture. I was on a boat. It wasn't an old-fashioned boat. It wasn't an extremely modern boat, but it was a modern boat, and it wasn't a cruise ship. It wasn't a destroyer. It was not a military ship at all. It was just like a pleasure cruiser, if you like. But there was nothing extraordinary about the boat except that it was modern-ish, and it was clean, and it was small. Not overly small, but small. There were a number of people sitting in various places, like they had tables, breakfast tables and things like that, and people were sitting and standing and talking and waiting. There were people sitting, conversing about God, talking about the Bible and reading the Bible. I was just standing there observing. I wondered if my mother was there, so I went looking in other berths and compartments, and I found that my mother was there, so I was very relieved. In the dream, I realized that this was the rapture about to take place, but it wasn't until I woke up that I realized that in the dream, this was the rapture about to take place. Now, we were on the boat, but we hadn't set sail. We had not set sail, but the captain said it's going to get rough later on. When I saw myself on the boat, it was like, it was daytime, and it was like about midday. And the captain indicated that at about midnight it would get rough, and I felt like it had something to do with sailing the waters of Italy. I don't know what that means. Maybe, who knows, something's going to happen to Italy or Rome, because we know Rome is going to be destroyed. But it will get rough just before we set sail. Although it seemed like we were going to set sail for Italy. It's a bit confusing, but when I woke up, I had the full interpretation. We had not set sail yet. We were on the boat. Those of us who are rapture ready are on the boat. We are ready. Anybody can get off the boat at any time if they fall away, if they slip away and put something else in front of Jesus. If God is number one in your life and you are rapture ready, you're on the boat. You're just waiting for it to set sail. But it is going to get rough before we do that. I felt God say that. So when I woke up, the interpretation came. God said, yes, it's going to get rough. You're on the boat. Stay on the boat. Don't take your eyes off the boat and off Jesus, off the captain. But it is going to get rough before we set sail. So I hope this encourages those who are rapture ready. I feel these two dreams are prophetic. Absolutely. I can't say so for certain. I'm no prophet. I'm just a follower of the Lord Jesus, who I love with all my heart, and I can't wait to see in person. I hope you'll be blessed by this. God bless each and every one of you as you search, as you look for truth. I pray that you'll get on the boat with me. Like I say, anyone can get on or off at any time, but it requires closeness to the Lord Jesus and complete belief in his atonement and staying close to him. Okay, God bless you, and I hope this finds you in a place of peace. If you're not in a place of peace, get right with God straight away. I can't guarantee you'll have absolute peace when you get right with him, because the devil's going to come against you as he's come against me so much. He leaves those who disbelieve alone for the most part. Yeah, you'll have trials in the world if you're a disbeliever, but if you really, really are seeking God with all your heart and you are rapture ready, you're right with God, Satan will come to steal, kill, and destroy. don't let him do it. No matter how much fear attacks you, no matter how much doubt, no matter how much impatience or inability to endure comes, just stick close to him. God bless you.